There are various ways how you can track clicks with Google Analytics 4. There is a built-in tracking, there is Google Tag Manager, you can cooperate with a developer, and there are even more options. So let me show you them. The first method does not care about how Google Analytics is installed. It can be installed with Google Tag Manager, or it can be installed by adding the native GA tracking code to the website. And this method actually involves an automatic tracking feature of GA4, which is called Enhanced Measurement. So if you log into your Google Analytics 4 property, then Admin, then Data Streams, and select your website data stream, here in the Enhanced Measurement, you will see what kind of events does Google Analytics 4 track automatically. You can click this icon to see more. And some of these interactions, as you can see, are clicks. Outbound clicks, it means that the visitor clicks a link that redirects him or her from your website to some third-party website. And also we have file downloads, which means that there is a link or maybe multiple links on your site that open or download various files such as Word, Excel, PDF, or something else. So if a visitor clicks one of those links, then file download event will happen. Let me show you. So here I have a demo website, and on this website I have installed the GA4 property. I did not do any modifications to the tracking code, it's the default setting. Also, I will be using the debug view to troubleshoot this setup. Therefore, if you want to see the events that are happening on your website and then if they appear in the debug view, you should install the Google Analytics Debugger extension. I will post a link to it below the video, so install it, then come back to your website and then click the extension so that this icon appears right here. It means that it is currently on. So once the GA debugger is enabled, then I will try to click two links. One will download a Word file, and the other one will redirect me to a third-party website, which is not on my main domain. Also, before I do that, I will go to Admin, then Debug View, and then I go back to the website and I click the first link. It downloaded the file, and then I click the second link and it redirected me to a third-party website. So now let's check what is happening in the debug view. And here I have two events. The first one is file download. It was fired when I clicked the link that downloaded the Word document. I can click it, and here I can see automatically tracked parameters, for example, file name, or I can also see the full link that was clicked. If I close this and go to click, this is related to outbound clicks. So I can click it, and here I can see the domain of the link, the full URL that was clicked, then outbound parameter. If it is true, it means that the link was outbound, and then the location where I clicked that link. In the settings of Enhanced Measurement, there isn't much of the configuration that you can do. The outbound clicks can be enabled or disabled, and file downloads can also be enabled or disabled. Google Analytics understands a link as an outbound if the link's domain does not match your website's domain. So in my case, the website was gtmplayground.com, but link was google.com. Two separate domains, therefore Google Analytics understood that this is an outbound link. And also it will take into account the domains that you have inserted in the configure your domains section. So if you insert several domains right here, they will also not be treated as outbound clicks. But that's pretty much it when it comes to automatic click tracking. Now let's take a look at the second method, which involves Google Tag Manager. To make sure that there are no conflicts between the Enhanced Measurement and Google Tag Manager tracking, I will temporarily disable these two link click features and then click Save. So now the second method. I have installed Google Tag Manager on my demo website. That's the demo website, and I have several links right here. Also inside this container, I have installed a Google Analytics configuration tag, also known as Google Tag. It's the basic setup, so inside this tag, I just have my GA4 measurement ID. If you have no idea what am I talking about here, then watch the tutorial. I will post a link below the video on how to install Google Analytics with Google Tag Manager. So let me enable the preview mode of Google Tag Manager, and then we will see what GTM can track. So I will just go to the page where I have those demo links, click connect, and don't forget that I have disabled Enhanced Measurement link click tracking. So now if I click, let's say, the first link and I go to the preview mode of Google Tag Manager, you will see that there are no link click events right here. Even though Google Tag Manager can track links, that kind of feature is not enabled by default. So you have to do that. Let's go to Google Tag Manager, triggers, then click new. And since I am going to track link clicks, and let's imagine that these are the menu links, then I will need to use the just links trigger. For now, let's keep this trigger as it is and just name it like that. and click Save. Now let's refresh the preview mode. And then if I go to the website, I click the first link. I can click the second, the third link, and then I go to the preview mode of Google Tag Manager. Here I will see the link click events. I click the first one and I can see what kind of information Google Tag Manager fetched about the first link. So here's the text, here is the link. Then I have the second link information and then the third link information. Now, while I have selected one of the link click events, I can go to variables and I might see the click variables right here. So in my case, they are available. But if you don't see click variables such as click classes or click target or click URL, then go to Google Tag Manager, variables, and then click configure. Here you should enable all click related variables one by one, and then refresh the preview mode and click the link again. After that, you will start seeing the click variables and some values when you click on the link click events. So let's say that I want to track clicks on the menu items and I want to send them as events to Google Analytics 4. To do that, we should try to find some common value or common parameter among these links. So I can go to Google Tag Manager, I click the first link click, and I notice that the click classes of this link is menu link. Now, if I click the second link, it's still menu link. And on the third one, it's also the same. So I could say that if a link click happens on a page and click classes equals to this value or contains this value, then I want to consider this as a menu link click, and then I will send the event to GA4. Keep in mind that websites are coded differently. So in your case, the click classes might be empty, but maybe you have click ID or maybe something else. But if your click variables do not contain any useful values, then you might need to cooperate with a developer to ask him or her to add, let's say, click classes to those important elements or IDs, or you might need to go a bit more advanced and learn a thing called CSS selectors. I explained that topic in my intermediate/advanced Google Tag Manager course, and if you want to learn more about that course, I will post a link to it below the video. So I will go to Google Tag Manager and make my trigger more precise, because right now it would fire on all link clicks, regardless of whether they are menu links or file links or something else. So I can click on this trigger and then change it to some link clicks, and I want to track only those link clicks where click classes contains menu dash link, like that. And then I can name this trigger and click save. Finally, I can create a GA4 event tag that will send the menu link click event to Google Analytics 4. So let's go to tags, new tag configuration, Google Analytics, and then GA4 event. Here I have to paste the measurement ID of my property. So that is available in the settings of my data streams. So I can go to admin, data streams, select website data stream, and then copy this measurement ID. Then I will paste it right here. And then I can come up with some event name. For example, menu link click is okay. Then together with this event, I would also like to send the text of the link and let's say the URL of the link, because I want to understand which links are clicked the most. To do that, we can click on event parameters, then add parameter, and let's say that I will add one parameter for link URL and the other one for link text. I specifically used these two parameters because they are automatically recognized by GA4, and as you can see, they are displayed as known parameters. This means that this information would be available in GA4 by default, and I would not need to do any additional configuration in the interface of GA4. Now their values. Now let's go to the preview mode and take a look at what kind of values do we have. So click URL variable contains the URL and click text contains the text of the link. So we could use these two variables. I go back to Google Tag Manager and in the link URL, I could set the click URL variable, and in the link text, I could set the click text. Then scroll down and in the triggering, let's select link click trigger. Let's name this tag and click save. Click preview to refresh the preview mode, and let's see if this is working. Click continue. I will now close all unnecessary tabs that I have, and then I will click the first link, the second, and the third link. I go to Google Tag Manager, and then I will find the first link click, and I see that the tag has successfully fired. I have the second event, the tag also fired, and the same happens with the third event. So now I can go to the Google Analytics debug view, and here are my 3 menu link click events. So I can click the first one, and here is the information that was sent, and then I can do the same thing with the remaining events like this one or this one. So it looks like this is working. We have tested, everything is fine. So I could go to Google Tag Manager, click submit, and publish these changes. 24 or 48 hours after you submit these changes and they go live to your website visitors, Google Analytics will start displaying the link click information, and you will be able to build the reports for that. If you want to learn how to build various reports, then take a look at my Google Analytics 4 course. I will post a link to it below the video. Now let's move to the third method. If you or your company does not want to use Google Tag Manager, then you or your developer will need to write custom code and use the GTAG commands. So here's an example. On this website, I no longer have Google Tag Manager installed. Instead, Google Analytics is installed with the native tracking code, which is called Google Tag or GTAG. So once this code is activated, then the basic Google Analytics setup will be activated, and the data will be sent to this particular data stream. So if you or your developer wants to send the events with GTAG, here is the general idea of how it could work. For example, if I want to track link clicks, then the developer or you, if you have enough JavaScript skills, could write a listener that will be looking for clicks on a site. And then if the click happened on a link, because clicks can also happen on other elements like images or text or whatever. So if the click happens on a link, then your developer could activate the GTAG command, and then together with the event, which is link click in this case, or it can be named anything else, the listener will send additional parameters because the listener is capable of fetching the text of the link, the URL, the ID, the class, of course, if the link, for example, has the ID or the class. I will not dive too much into this topic in this video because it would go out of scope. But if you want to learn more about event tracking with GTAG, then I will post a link to a tutorial below the video. So once this code is installed, I can click save, and then I can do a quick test and see if this is working. Since we are not using Google Tag Manager preview mode, but we still want to see the events in the debug view, then you need to make sure that you have enabled the Google Analytics Debugger extension. I have already mentioned this extension in this video before. So once I refresh the page after the changes have been made, I can click the first link, the second link, the third link, and then I can go to the debug view of Google Analytics 4. So that is available in the admin section. And then I will see the link click events right here. For example, I can click the first one and we have link classes, link text, link URL. There is no link ID because those links in particular, they don't have IDs. But in general, as you can see, this is working. And there is one more link click tracking option that I wanted to mention in this video. Maybe you knew, maybe you didn't know, but you can also create events directly in Google Analytics 4 interface. For example, let me show you something. First, I will enable the built-in outbound link click tracking in Google Analytics 4 because I disabled it in one of the previous methods. So outbound clicks, well, I can also enable the file download link click tracking. So once this is done, and again, I have the Google Analytics Debugger enabled. So let me show you something. I will refresh the page, and let's say that on this website, I have also links to my social media profiles. One is to the Facebook page, the other one is to the LinkedIn profile. Now I will click the first link, the second link, and as you probably already know, these links are considered as outbound links because one redirects to facebook.com and the other one redirects to linkedin.com. Now, if I go to the debug view of Google Analytics 4, I will see the click events right here. One is for the Facebook link and the other one is for the LinkedIn. I also have the link click events right here because I still have that custom code installed on the website. I think I will pause the video and then I will remove that custom code. All right, after I paused the video, I removed the code, so there will be no link click events anymore, but I will still have the click events. So let's say that you want to track social link clicks, and I mean links that are on your website, but they redirect visitors to your social media profiles. So let's say that I want to track those events as separate event names, because right now, all social link clicks would still fall under the click event right here. With Google Analytics 4, you can actually configure additional events directly in the interface. Let me show you what I mean. So I will duplicate the tab, and then I will go to events in the admin section. Then I can click create event, and create a new rule. So this feature allows you to create new events based on other incoming events. So since I already have the click event right here, I could create another event which is called social link click. So that's exactly what I will do. I will first enter the name of the new event, so social link click, and then I need to enter matching conditions. When should this event be automatically tracked by Google Analytics 4? And in my case, the event name must equal to click. So it equals to click. And then I want to look only at those click events where the click URL contains either facebook.com or linkedin.com, because the first click event contained facebook.com and the second contained the linkedin.com. So in the matching conditions, I will enter link domain and then matches regular expression, and then it should match either linkedin.com or facebook.com. Or if you want, you could be even more specific. You could use link URL and then enter this part right here, for example. But just for sake of simplicity, I will use the current condition. However, keep in mind that you should not abuse the regular expressions option here, because it might affect negatively your page speed if you create very long or very complex rules right here. Now, this one is basic, so it should not cause any problems, but I'm just, giving you a warning that don't try to enter very long or very complex values right here. And then here, when Google Analytics will automatically create this event, we tell that Google Analytics can take all the parameters from the original click event and then reuse them for this new event as well. Now let's click create and see what happens. So I will go to the website, I will refresh the website, and then I will click the first Facebook link, the LinkedIn link. Just for sake of demonstration, I will also click, let's say, the menu link. Now, if I go back to the debug view and scroll up, I will see 2 click events because I clicked 2 outbound links. I see 2 social link click events, and they have the same data as the original click events. And I don't see the third link because in this case, I have disabled menu link click tracking, and those menu links are not outbound links. Therefore, enhanced measurement of GA4 did not track that. So when you configure the create event rule, it automatically goes live immediately to your website visitors. And now you would need to wait between 24 and 48 hours to start seeing this new event in your reports.
And that's how you can track clicks with Google Analytics 4. Personally, I prefer the Google Tag Manager option, but of course I am quite biased here. If you found this video useful, hit the like button below the video. That will help me understand what videos do you like and what should I create in the future. Also, if you want to learn more about Google Tag Manager or GA4, then subscribe to this channel. My name is Julius, this is Analytics Mania, and I'll see you in the next video.